Hi everybody, I'm back again to read a story about the pond, but today's pond book is a non-fiction book. And we talked about fiction and non-fiction books during the school year, and this book is a non-fiction because all the pictures inside this book are real pictures of a pond. The other day, I read a story to you about Oscar the otter and his friends at the pond, and that book was a fiction book because it wasn't real pictures and real animals don't really talk. So come along with me. We're going to look at The Life in a Pond by Carol K. Lindeen. Let's see what happens in the pond. Ooh, it's a pretty pond. What are ponds? It's a question. A pond is a small body of still, shallow water. There's the pretty picture. Ponds are found in many parts of the world. Ponds form in forests, on farms, in the cities. Ponds are smaller than lakes. Ooh, that's a lot of animals. Just look at that fish. Pond animals. Many kinds of fish swim in a pond. Fish breathe through their gills. Ducks swim in the water. They eat insects. Ducks also dive under the water to look for food. See the ducks? I like the ducks. Frogs kick and swim in the water, and frogs eat insects too. See the frog? Looks like he's diving under the water. Having a hard time with these pages today. Sorry. Pond plants. Water lilies grow in ponds. Their leaves float on the water. Their flowers bloom. Aren't they pretty? See the little lilies? And there's the water lily flower, and here are lily pads. Cattails grow in ponds. A cattail is a plant with a fuzzy brown tip. The tip looks like a cat's tail. See them a little bit closer? See those brown? And they're fuzzy when you touch them. Sunlight shines through the shallow pond water. Sunlight reaches plants that grow on the bottom of the pond. And that's why sometimes if you go to a pond, you will see the plants growing like in the middle of the pond because it's such shallow water that the plants can reach the sun. Ooh, living together. We know what that animal is. Many plants and animals live together in ponds. Animals find food in the ponds. Plants need pond water to grow. Ponds are full of life. If you look closely, look at the raccoon. He's looking at a frog peeking out at him in the water. That is the story about the life in the pond. It's an easy book, but I liked it because it had all real pictures of pond life. Animals, plants, and the water. It's really pretty. But we also, if you would like, on our Padlet page, there's a download, and you can make your own little pond life book. I made mine, and I colored all the pictures, but I'll quick read it to you because it's a short story. And it says, "Who lives in the pond?" And I can show you all the different pictures. Ducks live in the pond. They quack and they dive. And there's some ducks. Plants live in the pond. They grow and sway. And we learned about these ones It's hard to see, but I had little cattails. And there's a water lily and a lily pad. Fish live in the pond. They dart and swim. See the fish? Frogs live in the pond. They hop and croak. Ribbit, ribbit. Frogs are silly. Salamanders live in the pond. They scurry and they hide. We didn't see any salamanders in this one, but we saw salamanders the other day in Oscar Otter. Salamanders, I told you, was like, it's kind of like a little lizard. Beavers lived in the pond. They build and chew. We saw beavers the other day in Oscar Otter. Well, we didn't see it today in this one. They all live in the pond together. That's what they do. So, again, if you would like to make this your own book, maybe your mom or your dad or somebody in your house can download this page from our Padlet page, because that's where it is. So that is a cute little book about the ponds. So I hope you had fun learning about the ponds today. And tomorrow, I will add some other things about the pond